Welcome to another bonus segment of Get Geeky with Kiki. Today is a quick review, 30 minutes or less, of a gaming related item, which can be anything from handmade dice to homebrew modules and beyond. Welcome to a new segment that I, Kiki, will be doing mostly on my own. And that is because these are Kickstarter products that I've bought, starting with purchases from last year. And so today is the first Kickstarter product review, and it's Quest Deck Kickstarter from Dice Dungeons out of Baltimore, Maryland. This Kickstarter was fully funded with all stretch goals met and ended in May of 2020. They have had a total of 4 successful Kickstarters in the past, including this one, and they are a fairly new company which started in 2017. The idea of the Quest deck was that Dice Dungeons would design decks of cards that DMs could pull from for side quests, and each deck would be themed to fit into a different scenario. As a DM, I thought this was an excellent and fun solution for creating missions for players. I mean, sure, you can make a spreadsheet and roll for side missions, but pulling from a deck of cards is a bit more fun in my opinion. I backed this Kickstarter for 4 decks total. Dice Dungeons had the following decks available during the Kickstarter. These include stretch goals, which were all made: the Notice Board, Traditional Quest for Fantasy Town; the Crown, working for nobles with a bit of intrigue, bigger rewards and higher stakes; Into the Stars, which was for sci-fi settings; Grim Adventures, exploring crypts and dark secrets; Coastal Threats, which basically it's like the pirate edition; Far-Flung Journeys, quests that require distant travel; Neon Dystopia, exactly what it sounds like; Eldritch Omens, horrors and madness; Unchartable Expanse, for sci-fi adventures to explore far reaches of space; Partners in Crime, that's for heists and shakedowns. So there's truly a little bit of something for everybody in every genre of RPG, which I really liked. The decks come in standard cardboard cases with art that looks like a little backpack. It's very cute. These are standard playing card size, so 3.5 by 2.5 inches, glossy, with appropriate script for each deck type. Originally, 35 cards were in each deck, but with stretch goals met, there are 45 total. These also came with an extra 3 blank cards to put in your own adventures. There's a card explaining 2 ways to utilize them. I personally have chosen to randomly pick from the decks and add them as a quick little side mission for extra XP, and then find a way to tie them into my main storyline. I have the Partners in Crime, Coastal Adventures, For the Crown, and Grim Adventures decks, and I love the little details in these decks. On the bottom of each card is a symbol telling you which deck it belongs to, so it's kind of like very Magic the Gathering. There's a knife for Partners in Crime, a palm tree for the Coastal Threats, a tombstone for Grim Adventures, and a crown for the Crown deck. So the only downside right now is that these were a Kickstarter and that Dice Dungeons doesn't have any for sale at the moment. They will be $16 a deck when they become available. I really wanted to review these for you though because they are very useful and fun, and so I suggest going over to Dice Dungeons, following them on all their socials for updates and future Kickstarters. Lastly, I'd like to add that the whole process for this Kickstarter was top-notch from the beginning. Excellent customer service and backer communication. The shipping in-state was very reasonable at only $6, and fulfillment was very close to the promised completion time, which anybody who, does a lot of Kickstarters knows there can be glitches, but these guys did not have any problems. In comparison, I've backed some other Kickstarters over the summer around the same time that finished before this one, and frankly, I haven't had any communication in months from them, nor is the product finished yet. Highly disappointing, but that also means that I'm not going to be reviewing them because these reviews are going to be for positive things only. So if they mess up and I ordered from them, they're just not going to get a review. Dice Dungeons, however, delivered 100%, and I'm definitely looking forward to backing them again on anything else I think that can add into my game. I'm going to pull a card from each deck that I own and just give you one example so you can kind of get a feel for what these do and how useful they can be. So the random one I just picked was: my sister was pulled into a mirror. I can see her silhouette, but I can't get her out. Please help. That's Grim Adventures. I like that. Ooh, man, I could think of like 10 things I could do with that right now. Awesome. Okay, the next one is going to be Partners in Crime. Looking for new enforcers. Prove you're up to it. Beat my lieutenant in the ring, or at least last a couple rounds, and I'll consider bringing you on in. I like that. That's cool. Of course, on the flip side, we've got For the Crown, which is really funny because the one I randomly chose here, it says, a group of thieves has emptied the kingdom's emergency supply coffers. You'll know the coins by the faint blue hue. Bring them in dead or alive. I could see myself actually pairing both of those cards together and giving the crew one option, which is to go join the thieves, but then also getting the second option, which is to join the thieves and then infiltrate them and murder them all for the crown. That would be funny. Okay. And the last one is going to be Coastal Adventures. This is great. I've created a water breathing apparatus. I need a volunteer to operate it while I calibrate it. Yeah. Again, I thought of like 5 things just off the top of my head there that I could add in. So with that one, man, that's a good way to get rid of a party member that is extremely annoying. But also, you could use it to start a buried treasure quest, something that's under the sea, and you wind up maybe even finding another treasure map in a chest underwater. So yeah, I mean, you can definitely see where this is extremely useful and fun. Yeah. So congratulations, Dice Dungeons. You are my first Kickstarter review, and I love the product. Like I said, go follow them on all their socials and keep up to date when these cards become available again, because I think you guys will really enjoy them. Thanks for listening today. We've got all kinds of cool things, including more Kickstarter reviews of things that I've bought, and also movie reviews with JC and Cord and myself. Stay tuned, and thanks for listening. Watch all the things, read all the things, and good luck on your dice rolls.